Well, welcome everybody, and what a difference a day makes. I woke up on top of the world this morning. We did it. Donald Trump did it. MAGA did it. The American people did it. I have to tell you, I was really worried. You know I was worried. I told you I was worried the whole time. Why would I be worried? What could possibly go wrong? There were, and I will tell you, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was expecting an October surprise. I was expecting election interference of epic mammoth proportions. Now, I was right. There was an October surprise, but it wasn't what I was suspecting. The October surprise was that Kamala Harris would self-destruct and her campaign would implode. What was also a surprise is that in the aftermath, she actually got over 200 electoral votes. Trump never faltered. He ran the most incredible campaign of the ages. It was the best campaign I have ever witnessed anybody running for any elective office whatsoever. They covered all the bases. They had poll watchers. They had elections lawyers. They had a process in place. They had a rapid response team. They had Turning Point USA ballot chasers. President Trump talked about policy. He told you exactly what he thought on everything. Close the borders, lower the crime, improve the economy, peace abroad. I mean, he hit all the buttons and he wooed Hispanics and blacks, Asians, gays, straights, Christians, Jews, Catholics. He assembled a coalition like we've never seen. He went into the lion's den and campaigned in Brooklyn and held a rally in Madison Square Garden, which hadn't been done since Bill Clinton did when he ran for president. This campaign, ladies and gentlemen, was one for the ages. I'm not easily impressed. I am overwhelmed. And it's not just because he won. I said it before we knew the results. I said it earlier this week that I thought it was a phenomenal campaign that he had waged and that Susie Wiles and Chris Lasavidas deserved a great deal of credit. My friend Corey Lewandowski was recruited to come back onto the campaign a few months ago. And, you know, they I don't know how big their organization is. Hundreds of people worked on this campaign. The digital campaign, the media campaign, the rallies, the iconic moments that he gave us. But Trump has taken us on an unbelievable ride since 2015 when he arrived on the political stage and he came down the golden escalator to announce that he was running for president. And then he was elected president, to even his own surprise. People who know him and were with him said that nobody was more surprised that he had won than he was. So then he did a phenomenal job as president. He brought us the greatest economy of our lifetime, the least amount of unemployment, the highest employment of minorities, including blacks. He tackled a problem that we had never witnessed before, which was a worldwide pandemic that killed millions of Americans, that resulted in a vaccine being rushed to market. That's a subject for someone else for another day. And then America's gratitude, not the American people, but the Washington establishment. And I still want to get to the bottom of it. And there are several things that I'm going to talk about today at the end of the monologue that I hope that Trump will tackle. And revealing America's secrets should be number one. But he was a victim of a stolen election, and then he protested on the Ellipse in Washington. Over 1 million people were there, and a large number of those people went to the Capitol, which was the beginning of the J6 fiasco that brought us the terrible death of Ashley Babbitt and the curious person known as Ray Epps, an American secret. We need the truth. So when he was unsuccessful in holding up the certification of the election, which the media misportrays as his attempt to overturn the election. It was not an attempt to overturn the election. It was an attempt to call a timeout to get to the bottom of what happened in the election. That's what my perception is.